Today, Sunday, the 17th of November 2024, we have our handpicked match events to share with you, which will be backed up by some stats and analytics to help you make your picks in this list to boost your winning by a greater percent. And to those of you who want to have access to our handpicked match events, which we share to members only, such as our top 10 or 15 list of events based on goals and corner kicks with huge odds to take your winning to the next level, then of course you want to make sure to subscribe to the Level 2 Pro membership package plan to start having access to members only videos and match prediction picks to take your winning to the next level. To those of you who want to join, the link is below this video description. You can easily click on it, navigate and join as a member to have benefit all of these features to take your winning to the next height. So without wasting time, I'm going to begin with the first match pick of this list. And looking at all of these events which we are going to be sharing with you, this particular video was made yesterday and members had early access 1 day ahead of time. So of course, if you also wish to be having early access to all our game predictions which we share to the general public like this video which you are watching, then of course you want to make sure that you join as a member either of the level 1 or level 2 pro plan so that you can be having access or early access to general videos like this so that you pick up your game ahead of time before the day it is being released. So that being said, I'm going to begin with the first match pick of this list. Looking at the first event, we are looking at Italy in the Serie A women, a match between Juventus women against Sassuolo women. Looking at this, the match performance of Juventus women recently have proved to be very offensive, scoring 3 to 4 goals per each game. But that of Sassuolo also, on the other hand, proved that they are also good in terms of goal scoring based on recent events they have had. And looking at the recent game they just had, that is this same here, Juventus against Sassuolo, 9 goals were scored between the two. And these, of course, both of the two teams, they have a good stand. Looking at the recent performance of these, we are going to see that based on form, Juventus, which is the home, sits on a very great form. First team on this table based on form, 5 events played, they have had 4 wins, 10 goals scored and 1 concede. Very offensive and very defensive. That of Sassuolo, on the other hand, is also good at offense and the defense is weak. And looking at everything in place, we want to look at 2 major picks for this event in full time. First, we are looking at Juventus women to lead this game in full time, since the offense is very strong and the defense of Sassuolo is weak. Therefore, Juventus is going to take advantage of the weak defense of Sassuolo to lead this game in full time as one of the major picks, and as well as the possibility of at least 1.5 goal or 2 goals over to occur for this event in full time. These are our 2 major picks for this particular event. Looking at the next, we looked at Scotland in the SWPL women, a match between Celtic women against Rangers women. In this event, of course, both of the two sides are good in terms of goal scoring based on recent events they have just had. You can see that for Rangers, scoring between 10-8 goals per each event. The last head-to-head which they meet, this same here, you can see total of 4 goals were scored. This time, both of the two teams will still want to impress. And looking at the stands in terms of form comparison of these two, Rangers and Celtic, as you can see here, sit on the 4th and 5th position. While each of the team, for example, Celtic have had 5 events, 3 wins has been recorded, 12 goals scored, 3 conceded. That's a good offensive power. And Rangers also have a very good offensive power. And looking at everything in place, we want to look at 2 major picks here in full time. For this event, both of the two sides are great in terms of offense. And looking at the fact that the defense is not very tight, both of the two sides want to impress, more shots on and off target resulting to goals. Therefore, we are looking at least 1.5 or 2.5 goals in the event in full time is our major pick. Looking at the next, we look at Germany in the Regional Liga North. We are looking at Norderstedt against Werder Bremen. For this event, of course, both of the two sides have proved to be good at conceding, and the defense is not that very tight and the offense is average. Looking at the stands in terms of form based on recent events they have just had, we are going to see that both of the two sides, as you can see, the defense here is very weak for both sides. And looking at this, of course, we are looking at 2 major picks here in full time. Since both of the two sides are very poor in defense, we are looking at least 1.5 goal in this match in full time. Looking at the next, we look at Germany in the Regional Liga North, a match between TSV Harveys against Todesfelde. For this event, looking at the stand comparison of these two directly, we're going to see that based on the form, both of the two teams, especially that for TSV, proved to be good at offense. 5 matches played, 10 goals scored, 6 conceded. The defense is not very tight, and that of Todesfelde have weak defense, and it is playing away. As a result, we are looking at the fact that either the home lead this game in full time, since the offense of the home is strong and the defense of the away is weak. We are looking at the home to take advantage of the weak defense of the away to either lead in full time or just looking at least 1.5 goal to occur in this match in full time. Looking at the next, we look at Germany in the Oberliga Bremen, a match between Hemmelegen, that is Hemmelegen against Tura Bremen. Looking at this, the home team proved to be very offensive, scoring 5 goals and 2 goals per each event. That of the away proved to also be good in terms of goal scoring, but the defense is also very weak. They do concede a lot. And looking at the stand comparison of these two in terms of form, we are going to see that Hemmelegen, which is the home, proved to be very offensive. 5 matches played, all the 5 wins has been recorded, 16 goals scored and 5 conceded. That of its opponent, on the other hand, conceded very much, 20 goals conceded for 5 goals played, and of course 5 games played. We are looking at Hemmelegen to take advantage of the very weak defense of the away to lead this game in full time, as well as the possibility of the home to score over 1 goal, or just looking in total 2.5 goals to occur in this game in full time is our major pick, since the defense of the away is very weak. Looking at the next, we look at Germany in the Bundesliga women, Bayern Munich women against Kaiserslautern women. Bayern Munich women recently have proved to be very offensive, scoring 2 to 3 goals per each event. The opponent, on the other hand, is average, and looking at the stand comparison in terms of form, Bayern Munich proved to be an offensive team, and here, sitting here on the 6th position, they have had 5 events played, 7 goals scored recently, and 7 conceded. But the opponent, on the other hand, is not good at offense, and the defense is average. Since the defense is not very tight, of course, Bayern Munich being in the 6th position and trying to see how they can impress, we look at Bayern Munich to lead this game in full time as one of the major pick. Also, we want to look at the fact that there will be at least 1.5 goal to occur in this match in full time. Looking at the next, we look at Italy in the Serie B women, a match between Roma women against Genoa women. Looking at this, both of the two sides are good in terms of conceding, especially that of the home. And looking at the recent stands based on the recent game they have had, we are going to see that the form table proof here that Genoa is more offensive. They have scored 11 goals for 5 games played, offensive and defensive. But that of the home, of course, you can see that the defense is not very tight. Therefore, we'll look at either the away team, Genoa, to try to lead this game in full time, or we look at just the possibility of at least to occur 1.5 goal in this match in full time. Looking at the next, we look at Germany in the Oberliga Westfalen. We look at Preußen Münster against Siegen. In this event, looking at both of the two sides, they have proved to be not very tight in defense. And looking at the stands in terms of the form comparison of these two, we are going to see that both of the two sides here, based on form, prove that the offense of both sides are good. For Preußen, they have had 5 events, 4 wins recorded, and 15 goals scored, 5 conceded. That of Siegen have proved that they are also good in terms of offense, but the defense is tight. And looking at everything here, we look at 2 major picks. Here, we are looking at least 1.5 goal to occur in this match in full time. Looking at the next, we look at Germany in the Oberliga Mittelrhein, a match between Bonn against, that is Bonn Endenich against Bonn. The home is very conceding up to 4 goals per each event, but that of the away is very offensive, scoring 4 to 6 goals per each game. And looking at the stands here, we are looking at the recent form of these two. We are going to see that the away is very offensive, scoring 14 goals for 5 events and conceding 6. Very offensive team, but that of the home is very conceding 14 goals for 5 events. We want to look at the away, Bonn, to take advantage of the weak defense of the home to lead in full time, as well as the possibility of at least 1.5 or 2.5 goal to occur in this match in full time. Looking at the next, we looked at Italy Serie A women, Roma women against Lazio women. And looking at Roma women, they have proved to be very good in terms of recent events they have had. Comparing the stands in terms of form of these two, we are going to see that Roma, which is the home team, is good at offense, and the defense of the away is not that very tight. Therefore, want to look at Roma to take advantage of the not very tight defense of the opponent to either try to lead in full time or to look a double chance for Roma or just 1.5 goal in this event in full time. Looking at the next, we looked at Netherlands in the Eredivisie women, PSV women against Alkmaar women. PSV have proved to be very offensive based on recent events they have had, scoring 2 goals per each event. That of its opponent, on the other hand, is not that very tight. And looking at the stand comparison in terms of form, we are looking at the fact that PSV women is better in stands and they sit on the first place, very defensive and very offensive. 0 goal conceded for 5 events played. But that of Alkmaar, on the other hand, the defense is not very tight and the offense is good. We therefore look at PSV women to lead in full time due to the very tough defense, and of course, or looking at least 1.5 goal to occur in this match in full time. Looking at the next, we looked at Scotland Championship women, Hearts women against Hibernian women. Hearts have proved to be very offensive, scoring between 3 to 9 goals per each event. Hibernian also, on the other hand, very offensive. And as a result, comparing the stand of these two, both of the two teams are in good forms. And looking at the fact that the form is good for both sides, we are looking at more shoots on and off target by both of the sides since they want to impress. As a result, shoot off and on target resulting to goals possibility as well as blocks. Therefore, we are looking at corner kicks as well as goals here. At least 1.5 goal in full time or 2 goals over. We also look at the possibility of 6.5 or 7.5 corner kicks to occur in this event in full time. Looking at the next, we looked at UEFA National League England against Ireland. For this event, of course, England, which is the home team, have proved to be good based on recent events they have had, comparing to Ireland, which is not as offensive as England. Comparing the stands of these two, we are going to see that based on the stand, the home team, England, sits on a better place. They have had 11 goals scored, 3 conceded for 5 events played. More offensive as compared to Ireland, that has conceded up to 7. We look at, therefore, England to take advantage of the weak defense of Ireland to lead this event in full time as one of the major picks, or looking at least 1.5 goal for this event in full time. The next here is in the UEFA National League, this time Norway against Kazakhstan. Norway have proved to be very offensive based on recent events as compared to Kazakhstan, on the other hand, which defense is weak. Comparing the stands based on recent events they have had, in terms of the recent stands, we're going to see that Norway have more offense. They have scored 10 goals for 5 events, 7 conceded. But Kazakhstan, on the other hand, no goals scored for 5 events, and the defense is weak. We therefore look at Norway to take advantage of the weak defense of the away to lead in full time as well as at least 1.5 goal in this event in full time. Looking at the next, we looked at Germany in the Bundesliga women. Leipzig women against Bayer Leverkusen women. Both of the two sides have proved to be in form based on recent events they have had, scoring between 3 to 2 goals for Leverkusen, and of course Leipzig 3 goals also for an event. The stands performance in terms of the rating on form, we are going to see that Leipzig as well as Leverkusen is good. Scoring 9 goals for Leverkusen in 5 games played is good, and that also of Leipzig scoring 6 goals, conceding 10. Both of the two sides want to impress. Since they are coming to meet for this tournament, there will be more shots on and off target. Therefore, at least we want to look at the possibility of at least 1.5 goal to occur in this match in full time. To those of you who want to have access to our game prediction we share to members only, based on our handpicked corner kicks and 1.5 top 10 list, of course, you want to make sure that you become a member of the Level 2 Pro plan to start to have access to all of these features to take your winning to the next level. And to those of you who also want to be having access to early game prediction picks like this video we have just shared, which was released or shared yesterday, but to those of you who were not member, were not able to access it because you are not yet a member. But if you want to have early access to all our game predictions, which we share to the general public, like this video, then you want to make sure that you join the level 1 pro plan. That is level 1, so that you are going to be accessing or having early access to all our public videos like this. But for having access to all our game prediction based on top 10 or top 15 lists, which we shared with each odds at our corner key event, then you need to join with the level 2 pro plan to have access to each odds and best pick events. So good luck and see you again in the next upload, and bye bye for now.